Welcome back to the deep dive. Ever get that creepy feeling, like websites are spying on you?
Yeah.
Like right before you're about to buy something, the price magically jumps up.
Oh, yeah.
Well, today, we are diving deep into this whole surveillance pricing thing,
Right.
trying to figure out if companies are really using our data to, well, kind of game the system.
Yeah.
We've got this super interesting article from Scientific American.
Okay.
It's all about how the FTC is, they're going after these 8 big companies.
Wow, 8.
Yeah, MasterCard and JP Morgan Chase.
Makes sense.
But get this, Revlonix too.
The cosmetics company.
Yeah,
Wow, interesting.
they're like, show us your pricing algorithms, guys.
The thing is, they're not saying anyone's actually doing anything wrong yet. It's more like, hey, this is something we're watching,
Yeah.
They want to see if these companies are using AI to, jack up prices for certain people.
Right.
Which, would be a problem.
Definitely. Okay, so the article calls it this. Get ready. Algorithmic personalized pricing.
Catchy.
Basically, it means they're using your data, all that lovely data, to customize the prices you see. Remember that coffee machine you were looking at online the other day?
Yeah.
What if the price changed because you clicked on it like 20 times?
Oh, wow.
Or because you were browsing late at night?
Oh, sneaky.
That's kind of what we're talking about here.
Yeah. And, this isn't some new thing, really. It's like, think about a street vendor.
Right.
They kind of size you up before giving you a price, right?
Yeah, totally.
Algorithms, they're doing the same thing, but they're using way more information.
Yeah, and they're probably better at it.
Oh, for sure. Your browsing history, your location, all of it.
Wow.
The FTC even calls it surveillance pricing, which, that sounds kind of scary.
Yeah, a little bit.
But it gets the point across,
Big Brother's watching your shopping cart.
Exactly.
It all comes back to data being the new oil.
Totally. Companies are refining that oil, and personalized pricing is what they're selling.
Right.
And to be fair, personalized pricing in itself, it's not always bad.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, take university financial aid, for example. An algorithm could actually make it fairer,
How so?
Make sure students who need help actually get it,
Oh, interesting.
no matter their background.
Okay, so it's not all doom and gloom.
Not at all. But the article also talks about how this tech can be used in some, discriminatory ways.
In what way?
For example, let's say mortgages.
Okay.
There have been cases where algorithms end up giving people higher interest rates just based on, stuff that shouldn't really matter.
Like what?
Their background.
Wow.
And that's the thing, right? It all boils down to how this technology is used.
Right.
And that's what the FTC is really trying to figure out here. Where's that line between, cool new tech and totally screwing people over?
Right.
And that's what makes this whole investigation so important.
Totally.
And get this, it's not just online either. Some stores, like actual physical stores, they're using these digital price tags now.
Really?
Yeah, the price can change, right in front of you. Yeah. You're walking down the aisle and suddenly, boom, that box of cereal is $1 more.
It's like those personalized ads that follow you around, but in real life, kind of creepy.
Totally. It's like, where does it end?
Seriously. This is exactly why we need companies to be more transparent. If they're using our data to mess with prices, we should at least know about it.
Oh, absolutely. Transparency is key. And the article, it even talks about how the term surveillance pricing, some people don't love it.
Yeah. Surveillance is kind of intense.
Right. It freaks people out, makes it seem worse than it maybe is.
Maybe we should call it personalized pricing optimization instead.
Yeah, right. Doesn't quite have the same ring to it, though. But I get their point. The thing is, labels aside, it all comes down to consent. If a company is using my data to, personalize my experience, I'm cool with that as long as I know what's up.
Right.
Maybe I even get a better deal out of it.
True. It's about having the choice, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Knowing what's happening and being able to say, no thanks. And that's where things get tricky,
Yeah.
Regulation, ethics, all that.
Yeah.
The article mentions this legal expert who thinks instead of banning personalized pricing altogether, maybe we just need stricter rules.
Yeah, I like that.
Make companies be upfront about how they're using our data.
Right. Give people a choice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it is our data.
It is. And this isn't just about these 8 companies. This is bigger than that.
Way bigger. This is about figuring out how we deal with, all the algorithms and data stuff. In the future,
The future is now.
It really is. How do we make sure it's fair? For everyone.
It's like the Wild West out there. but with data instead of cowboys.
It's kind of wild, right? Like all
Yeah.
this data stuff happening behind the scenes. And it's only going to get, more intense as companies get better at this whole AI pricing thing.
Oh, absolutely. And it's on us, as consumers to keep up. Think about it. It's like back in the day, you could haggle with a car salesman.
Right, right.
Or try to get a better rate on a loan.
Yeah. Bargaining.
Exactly. But now we got to be just as smart about how our digital stuff is being used to set prices. It's a whole new game.
Totally. So what do we do besides throw our phones in the ocean and live off the grid?
Well, for starters, just being aware of it helps.
Yeah.
Knowledge is power. Right.
The more we understand these systems, the better we can navigate them. And don't be afraid to ask questions.
Ooh, good point.
If a price seems off, ask the company. Like, hey, how did you come up with this number?
Yeah, why not?
Right. They might actually tell you.
You never know.
And bigger picture, I think this really shows why we need some ground rules for all this data stuff, rules about privacy and how algorithms make decisions. I mean, it's our data they're using, right? We should at least know what's up.
Right. Like if a company IS using my data to set my price, I want an itemized receipt.
Exactly.
Browsing history surcharge $5.
Right. Late night impulse by premium $10.
It's like, okay, I get it, I want that coffee machine, but did you have to use my data to make it more expensive?
Exactly. It all comes back to transparency and control, right?
Totally. Well, we definitely covered a lot today. We went deep into this crazy world of surveillance pricing. Make sure to check out the show notes for a link to that Scientific American article, by the way, if you want to, really go down the rabbit hole.
It's a wild ride. And the more you know, the better prepared you'll be.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us, friends, a deep dive. Until next time, stay curious.